My friend Arnie Jack sent me this video. You can check out his YouTube channel. I'll show you the link in a second here. This is just outside Lillooet on Highway 99 going towards the Highway 97. So that's Fraser River kind of just off to your left down there. And we got a big wildfire just kind of breaking out right now. Pretty aggressive wildfire. For sure, we'll have a look at that on firms, have a look at wildfire potential. We'll have a look at his page there, Cyber Seclip. Go check that out as well. Thunderstorms on Wednesday, big thunderstorm outbreak. We'll have a look at it all. Let's go!
This is bad news. My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen.
Wow. I'll watch the video later.
Feel the heat. I need more knives, I need water.
Ain't dry mopping this.
This is me here. I got some brand new videos up that haven't been watched very much. Sloppy Sunday, High Precip Storm, Slam, Caribbean Mountains, Double Rainbow, Thunderstorm, Treats, Wells, Extreme Rainbow Concert Night. I played a concert and there was rainbows and lightning and everything. Got a new video coming out on July 1st. It's a short movie called Fire and Lightning. It's some of the best footage. It's awesome. Why we think there was a tornado near Kamloops. Moving up the line, wildfire footage. Good stuff on my channel. Do hit like, share, and subscribe. Today up in Fort St. John, we do have this special weather statement. That's for that sort of Peace region. Now through this evening, still 40 millimeters of rain more expected there before the rain eases late this evening. Looking across Canada, we just had that massive storm go through Saskatchewan yesterday. 5 separate storms were tornado warned at one point. That has since moved on. It's now getting itself into Ontario, that sort of line. You can see some of the weather happening there. Thunderstorms at the head of the line. 29 degrees in Winnipeg right now. 25 with Regina. 22 in Calgary. A little bit warmer down there. Down south, BC, not having the warmest today. A little bit of cloud cover here. You can see our storms on radar. Very much raining in the Peace. We're talking 20s, mid-20s, high 20s in some places down through southern BC. So along the border, high 20s, Nelson, 26. A little bit warmer. Kamloops not that hot actually, and we got some pretty aggressive fire behavior going on, but it's not crazy hot. It's only 20 in Lillooet. That's not crazy hot for Lillooet. Just here on firms right now, we'll revisit that fire that Arnie's called in. Aggressive fire behavior. We can't be sure where the perimeter is, of course. Maybe there's fire burning down here and jump, but more likely than not, there's hot smoke up and down that crest of that mountain right there, right? So that's right near Glen Fraser on Highway 12. That's right near Glen Fraser on Highway 99, just north of Fountain 3 Reserve, right? So along that corridor there is other fire activity in BC right now, and it's all up in the northeast. So still lots of fire burning around there. Things looking pretty quiet near Fort Nelson. That's good to see. Got a lot of rain going on down the lower part of the Peace, so not so much for fire behavior there. Going across near Wood Buffalo, a little bit of, looks like some fire burning there. Our Fort Good Hope fire in the last 24 hours, showing a little bit of activity. And after all the lightning in the Yukon this weekend, does not surprise me at all to see a whole ton of new starts up there in the Yukon. So on Tuesday, though, in BC, we don't have that much of a significant weather threat. Still, some rain continues for some of that area in the Peace. Probably see some thunderstorm activity along that line. In some cases, 15 to 20 mils of rain. Other cases, a little bit of hail. In the sea area up by Dawson Creek, that looks possibly more like severe potential. So maybe that'll get highlighted tomorrow. Southern BC looking pretty good for Tuesday. It's Wednesday where things are going to get really wild. We'll have a look at that right now. When we look at surface-based convective available potential energy, we see some of that a little bit higher in British Columbia. Not just during that potentially big thunderstorm activity, but as we come into some more larger storm possibilities, I'm not sure when the next round will be, the next big round. Some are thinking Sunday, Monday, something like that. The models seem to look good for Monday, but it's changed, right? Last week we said around this time storms might come Sunday. We said last week Monday, but they ended up coming Saturday instead. So it's sort of like that again, like looking at Monday, Sunday, something like that coming. We'll see how fast things pick up and move, but more or less we got a picture of, we got several rounds of thunderstorms, including this next one on Wednesday. You're just going to watch how this loops around and pounds in. Bam, and that's going to give us our stormy weather on Wednesday. And again, we're sitting on the north side of the jet stream. Things still not allowed to get warm in BC. We've not had crazy fire danger. So despite the fact that there's a little bit of reds, there's some dry spots in BC, and it is warmer and drier air in some of those places. We're still not seeing quite yet the ability for BC to get into that consistent 30-degree weather that would propel us into fire danger. If we just look ahead to June 27th, where are we at for fire danger? They think it's going to be even less. So that round of storms should come through, and on Wednesday make a difference. Let's watch where the storms are going to go now. And so, yeah, we watch the next little while, see what's happening here. And you can really tell that has moved from Saskatchewan into Manitoba, into Northern Ontario, and of course now through Illinois. This is bad news for the people who live along that river in Minnesota. The river is an imminent failure for that dam, and the extra rain is not going to help from some of those probably supercellular storms that are happening down there, tracking this low that's now moving into Northern Ontario, but it's going to bring potentially severe weather into Ontario on Tuesday. Things a little quiet for BC on Tuesday, but the Yukon definitely going to see more of that thunderstorm activity. Been really flashing up there, and severe storms up there in Dawson. You know, very few people in the weather world could say they weren't surprised when Dawson City had severe thunderstorm warnings last week. That's completely unheard of course. It's Wednesday we start seeing those storms pop up the Rocky Mountains up that following that energy, and BC may not be warm enough to give us the best showing of the storms compared to what's going to be going on down south there. But we are going to get a turn. We are going to get a turn for sure. And around 1300 hours we go. What are we looking at? They think it'll probably start popping up on these hills along Headley, Princeton, here, there, up through Kamloops. Probably going to see it through 100 Mile House, Clinton, Cache Creek Pavilion. And she's going to take a northern jump. So that's where we're going to see some of our best activity. It seems like in that 2 to 4 o'clock range, sometime around 100 Mile House now, you're going to get your turn. Springhouse, Williams Lake. So yeah, this isn't exact locations where storms will be, but this is where models seem to indicate the best chance for it should happen. Widening out through Williams Lake. So some of these are going to be severe, most likely going to see severe watches on Wednesday. Be ready for that. And it's just this errant low pushing in from the south, riding up those Rocky Mountains more or less. Well, I don't know about the Rockies, but riding up, getting some warmer temperatures in Kamloops during that day. That's going to help feed them before the storms sort of kick off, come through. You're going to see probably some good bursts of rain through some of that, but hopefully an electric show that's not setting too many fires. But conditions look pretty good. Lots of rain ahead of this, so we're not looking at low precipitation thunderstorm systems nonetheless. This is pretty good clue here that we'll probably see this expand out. We're going to get maybe a drenching not that dissimilar from what the piece is getting or has just got, and maybe is finishing getting right now. So some heavy rain in BC. So figure it out. I can't. Southern BC, you might start getting a little bit of a turn on Thursday. Things will change, but that, is worth circling on your calendar. Of course, Saskatchewan, you're going to be looking at Thursday for another severe outbreak. So, we're concerned for our Saskatchewan friends once again. They had lots of potential tornadoes yesterday. So when that low, this is looking at Sunday, when that low tracks into BC, however it does, at some point, it's going to kick off another round of these storms. And we'll have all the details on that when we can reliably tell you them. Even as you get to next weekend, still temperatures are warmest up in the north. It's like most of BC is getting skipped, a little bit slipping into some of the southern places up through the canyons and valleys and whatnot. But when you look, warm weather through high level Fort Nelson, Watson Lake, Whitehorse, warmer than I'm seeing in Wells or have seen in Wells pretty much at all. And that just tells you the story right there. Thursdays and that low passes through. Cool afternoon. That's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's only 16, 17, 17s, and up in Fort Nelson, 24. So this has been going on for quite a while now. Saturday, right hot up there. Hay River, Northwest Territories, maybe 28 degrees. British Columbia itself does not want to be nice. And even for Canada Day, probably not nice. I don't know when the hot weather's coming, when the heat wave will come, if we'll see a heat wave whatsoever. This does have to be a bit of a concern, is just how dry some of that air is down south. So some of that fire activity is going to be helped by the fact that we're nearing crossover conditions, and it will be breezy up and down the mountainsides and whatnot, given the fact that we've had such unstable weather so much. It's storming right now here in Wells. Not really storming, but it's trying to. It wishes it could. Nonetheless, this work week, even that area near Lillooet and near Pavilion might see 50 millimeters of rain. That will help. Some of the larger rain totals looking like West Caribou, 45 mils, maybe even higher, up into the 50s, maybe 60, but we'll see about that. I'm always skeptical about these numbers, but this just gives you an idea where some of the higher rain totals will be, and the fact that only small areas of BC in the next few days will not get much for the rain totals. When you think about talking about convective available potential energy, how strong can these storms be? Well, some of them might be pretty strong. Seeing some of these Cape values, we'll just stop for a second, rewind. Up by Summit Lake, 619 joules per kilogram. 500 joules per kilogram could be more than enough to start a tornado. That's not always the case, but it's not out of the question that we could see rotating storms, and that Cape will get higher, closer to 1,000 as you get later in the day. So that might be one area to watch for, is through the Prince George area. Maybe all sides, maybe elevated convective available potential energy. We just had a possible tornado up in this area not that long ago. So, then we could see these be very electric storms possibly too. So I'm looking forward to seeing possibly even what we see in Wells here. So higher Cape values on Wednesday. Fire danger through the week, still not looking that bad for southern BC compared to, well, everyone south of us where it's been super hot, and everywhere north of us where it's been super hot. If you're a firefighter company, maybe hedge your bets on the north still. A lot of days ahead still up there where the risk is going to be high. The days are very long now. Sun's on the ground long. So even some of those extreme values could start showing up, and the lightning's been making more and more lightning's making more and more fires. So we see through the Yukon higher fire risk. Well, some of these guys that have been skunking around out there may have the potential to dig in and go. I hope that helps you just a little bit, kind of get a picture of how strong our thunderstorms will be on Wednesday. Should be a gooder, I think, for sure. Please hit like, share, and subscribe. Check out the other videos on my channel. Please do. It helps me. And join the Patreon. Just everyone who's on my Patreon gets to see access to my more produced videos first. So you can, as low as $1, you can join my Patreon. Buy me a coffee here on YouTube. Hey, help me out, because I'm trying to expand my empire and I need more tools and more gear, and I got to replace my best camera. Okay, that's it for me. Bye for today.